guys, welcome back. For those of you who are new here, my name is Brittany. I'm a health coach and nutritionist, and my channel is all about helping you to create delicious, low FODMAP meals to improve your digestive health. If you're into it, go ahead and subscribe for more low FODMAP recipe tutorials, as well as my tips and tricks for living a low FODMAP lifestyle. Okay, so I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but we had to get this kitchen painted. So thank you guys so much for waiting, and to say thank you for all of your support and for being so patient, I want to share with you guys one of my favorite recipes to meal prep every week. And that is to cook a whole roasted chicken. And you're gonna get like at least 4 servings of meat out of this chicken, and it's only like $6 for like 5 pounds of chicken. Like, that's amazing. Well, it's not 5 pounds like full of chicken because there are bones in here, but we are gonna take those bones and we are gonna use them to make bone broth. That's another thing, no waste. And we are gonna pull all of the flavor out of this that we can. All right guys, and while that's cooking, we're also gonna be making a rutabaga mash, which is meant to mimic sweet potato because you know you can only have like a little bit of sweet potato on this diet. So I'm super excited about making this recipe. It's the first time that I've made it, and it was actually a subscriber recipe submission, the first on this channel. So I'm really excited to do that for you guys. So yeah, let's just get started.
So we're gonna start by prepping our chicken, getting it out of the bag, taking it over to the sink, and taking out the giblets and any other pieces that might be attached and that weren't like butchered properly. So the giblets that come inside your chicken, you can use those or you can toss them. Next, we're gonna pat dry our chicken, which will ensure a crispy skin.
Okay, so now let's prep them. We are also going to preheat our oven to 425 degrees. I forgot to do that. You also want to make sure to have your rack in the middle of the oven.
All right, now let's take our paring knife and sharpen it up. A sharp knife is going to be super crucial in prepping this chicken. We're going to cut off any excess skin that is around the cavity. This isn't totally necessary, but it does make your chicken look nicer.
I'm going to leave this little butt on here because it's actually one of my favorite parts.
So next we're gonna grab this skin right here and we're gonna cut through it, which is going to allow our leg to lay flat in our pan and cook quicker and more evenly. Next, we're moving on to our herb butter. You can use any herbs you like, but today I'm using dill, green onion, and parsley. Let's give them a fine mince. Add them to a bowl with our softened butter, a little bit of garlic oil or regular olive oil if you have it, a little bit of salt because we are using salted butter, and a generous amount of black pepper. Now let's get that all nice and combined.
And you can use this herb butter on like anything. If you're cooking up a steak, this would be amazing on top.
Today I'm going to be using a well-seasoned cast iron skillet. This is a 12-inch and it's perfect size for the whole chicken. We are going to start by salting the outside. This is a whole chicken, so we are going to be using a generous amount of salt because we want it to penetrate the entire bird. A good rule of thumb is 1 teaspoon of salt per pound of meat.
I'm not gonna rub any herb butter on the bottom because it's gonna like drip down. Okay, set that in there.
Make sure to salt the inside of the cavity. Now we're going to be loosening the skin on top of our breasts and clipping that membrane in the middle just so we can make a little bit of extra room for our herb butter. Now we're gonna take a handful of our herb butter and just spread it in there.
I do like to put a lot on the breasts here because, you know, breasts do have that tendency to get dry because they are light meat. Also because this is on the top of the bird and it's going to melt down. This is not really sticking right here, but I'm just gonna leave like a little glob of it.
Just make sure to get all of the outside of the skin, get the wings and the legs and everything, throw a little bit inside of the cavity. And again, we're gonna finish it off with a little bit more salt and pepper. All right, now let's pop this into the oven at 425 for an hour and 10 minutes. While that's cooking, let's get started on our rutabaga mash. So I'm gonna do some math really quick to figure out the ratios from Claire's recipe. Next, we're gonna prep this rutabaga and we're gonna peel it and just dice it up into about 2-inch cubes. Again, having a good, super sharp knife is really, really helpful.
That seems like one carrot. And since I made these like a similar size, I'm just gonna throw them in. Okay, so now I'm just gonna fill this up with water and add a little salt and put it over the stove over high heat to cook.
Again, I will have the recipe linked in the description below for you guys. Next, I'm just gonna whip up a quick cabbage salad to go along with these. I did make this in my goulash video if you guys wanna check that out, but I will have the standalone recipe also on the blog. Okay, so these have been boiling for about 30 minutes and they are past fork tender. They're just about to fall apart, which is exactly what I want. So let's drain these and make our mash. All right, so our chicken has been cooking for 1 hour and 10 minutes.
This looks absolutely amazing. Look at this crispy chicken skin here.
So to measure our chicken to make sure it's ready, we're gonna stick the thermometer into the deepest part of the breast and make sure that it reads 160. 159 is fine for me. We're gonna let it rest and let it come up the last 5 degrees. You'll also know whether your chicken is fully cooked if your juices are running clear. Next, we're gonna add our drained rutabaga and carrots into a food processor. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of butter, brown sugar, and blend that up. Again, I will have the recipe linked below for you guys. All right, let's just scrape down the sides and give it one last blend.
Ooh, that's good.
Lastly, we're gonna salt to taste.
Oh my God, yes. Delicately sweet. And it's got like a nice like earthy quality that grounds it. I really, really like this. This is super bomb. Yeah, and then like the little bit of the maple really comes through in the brown sugar. And honestly, I didn't think that this was gonna be enough butter, but it definitely is. It's rich and creamy enough without being like heavy at all. This is super, super light. I really like this. Thank you, Claire, so much for submitting this recipe. Okay.
All right, guys, now that our chicken has rested, let's carve it up.
Okay, so with all of these amazing pan drippings in here, you can either make a pan sauce, you can make a gravy, and I will link the videos down below that show you guys how to do that. But the other thing that you can do is let this cool and then pour it into a silicone mold. Let me grab one for you guys so I can show you. So you can pour it into a silicone mold like this. I mean, it can be like any shape really. Put them on a baking sheet, put it in the freezer overnight, and then pop them out and throw them in a freezer bag and keep them in the freezer. And it is a great way to quickly add flavor to any dish, right? Any meat or vegetables you're gonna cook up really quick. It's definitely one of my favorite tricks.
Again, for carving, you're gonna want a sharp knife. We're gonna start by cutting off these legs right at the joint.
Oh my God, look at that. Okay, and then right here, here's this chicken butt that I was telling you about. Just kind of cut that off here. Do you want to try it?
What's your favorite part?
It's so good.
I'm scared.
Watch.
Chicken butt?
Chicken butt.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna pop off these wings really quick. And now we're gonna carve up the breasts. You wanna make sure to start right to the side of the breastbone. Make sure you cut all the way down to the bone, first vertically and then horizontally to remove the breast.
Look at that. So juicy. Sometimes I like to just separate the skin for depending on like what I'm gonna use the chicken for. And I will actually keep this separate in the fridge and then, or like cut it up, and then I can crisp it up in the oven or on the cast iron really quick and then sprinkle it on a salad or on a soup, something like that.
I'm just gonna get in here with my fingers and a little paring knife to really pick all the meat off the bones. Because like I said, I don't like to leave any meat or any flavor left behind. I typically like to serve up these legs for dinner, and then I will save the breasts for meals later on in the week. So I'm just gonna pop these into a Pyrex container and throw them in the fridge.
All right, so now, once this is cool enough, I'm gonna throw this in a freezer bag and use it to make bone broth. So if you guys have not seen my bone broth video, go check it out. I will link it below. It is one of my favorite gut healing recipes. Honestly, bone broth helped change my life. So go check it out. Also, when you're done eating these thighs and legs and wings, throw those bones in here as well. All right, guys, here we have our herb butter roast chicken, cabbage salad that I whipped up really quick, and our rutabaga mash. So let's try them. I don't know why I'm so awkward cutting this chicken right now. Because I probably usually just like eat it with my hands. I want to try it with the mash. Ooh, that's a great combination. Yes. The chicken is so juicy, and it's got such great flavor from all of those herbs that we used. And then combined with this slightly sweet, like I said, but also very like grounded and like earthiness. It like goes really well with the herbs. Cabbage salad was the perfect thing to balance it out because you've got the sweet here, and then on the cabbage salad you've got like savory, blue cheesy umami notes. Definitely try these together. I would really recommend that. Good job, Claire. Claire's boyfriend, yeah. Oh my God. The skin is to die for. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was super fun. I'm glad like we did this. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Please share it with somebody who has digestive issues, who wants to try eating a little bit better this year. There have been a lot of new subscribers around here, and I think it's because you guys have been sharing these videos. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And if you want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon, consider subscribing. And yeah, thanks again. I will see you guys next time.